All right, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole effect of Israel. And the title of this lesson is going to be, Where there is no vision, the people perish. All right, and this is after, quoting Proverbs 29:18, which I'm going to go ahead and read. But where there's no vision, the people perish. So where do the people receive a vision? Where do people receive visions? Okay, and going into our people, all right, being you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the biblical Israelites according to the Holy Scriptures. All right, where do you receive a vision? All right, so that you don't perish. You receive it from the Lord's servants, the prophets. All right, but as we know, throughout our history, a good majority of our people, a good portion of our people, do not hearken unto the servants of Yahweh Shai, being his servants, the prophets. All right, therefore what? They are destroyed. All right, but they that keep it, all right, I'm just going to go and read it. Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Right, so he that keepeth the law, he that keepeth the word, all right, happy is he. Why? Because he has the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. All right, because he understands and he can receive the vision. All right, because ultimately he can hear the words of Yahweh Shai. So happy is he. Because why? Because going into Isaiah 33:6, all right, we know that going into the times that we're in, that these things have to come to pass. All right, and ultimately happy are we because we know we know and understand that there's hope. All right, and then there's a reward for our work. All right, so-called America's not the end all be all. All right, at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is ready to choose his people again. All right, but let me read it again. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. All right, so matter of fact, let me get this real quick. This is Luke chapter 11, and I'll start at verse 28. Luke 11:28. But he said, yeah, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of the Most High and keep it. And when the people were gathered thick together, he began to say, this is an evil generation. They seek a sign, and there shall no sign be given it, but the sign of Jonas the prophet. Right, exactly. Because going into that sign, all right, here in today's time is what? The same thing. The prophets, the Lord's servants, the prophets. But what? They don't hear the servants of the servants of the Lord being the prophets. They mock, they laugh, they scorn, they give them a hard time, and and a lot of times they try to put them to death. All right, and in some cases they do. All right, but let me keep reading this verse 30. For as Jonas was a sign unto the Ninevites, so shall also the Son of Man be to this generation. So, being in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, we're coming in that same stead, all right, as going into the body of Yahweh Shai. Okay, so being a part of the Lord's body, all right, we are one in Him. Because why? Because we keep His word. So, going into the service of prophets, speaking of apostle on down, being a sign in this time now in modern day Nineveh, being so-called America, all right, that sign's getting ready to be taken away. Okay, and then that's when destruction is going to come. All right. But yeah, let me go back to let me see where let me read it again and then get into it. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. When there's no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Right, because going into what is it, Isaiah the 8th chapter, Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, is because there's no light in them. All right, they don't have the truth. All right, at the end of the day, without this knowledge, understanding, all right, without the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shai, all right, our people are perish. All right, so in saying that, this is Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. Right, they didn't hear the words of Yahweh Shai. What is the beginning of knowledge? The fear. All right, the fear of the Lord. Continuing, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. So going into these times, right, a lot of our people are going to be taken out of the way and destroyed. Okay, to be specific, 2/3. Right, they're going to take the chip, which is the mark of the beast. Because why? Because they have no knowledge. Right, they're going to ultimately be destroyed. Because why? Because they kept not the word of Yahweh Shai Shai. Okay, so they're going to perish. They didn't receive the vision. Their eyes were closed that they cannot see, and their ears were blocked that they cannot hear. So ultimately that the Lord cannot heal them, and they be forgiven. Because the Lord is determined to destroy 2/3 of his own people. All right. But, again, going into blessed are you that hear the word. All right. Because, hey, happy are you. Because why? Because you're blessed. All right. And you should understand and know that you are blessed. All right. It's a gift to be able to hear and see the thing that Yahweh Shai intend to do. All right. In these last days. Okay. Because you have hope. All right. That's what we have to post it to the end. It's Revelation chapter 22, verse 7. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. All right, exactly. That's the vision, the prophecy. Okay, because the testimony of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy. All right, so we understand that these things are getting ready to come to pass, coming into Jacob's trouble. All right, which consists, going into Revelation, the 3rd chapter, the hour of temptation. All right. Confirming to the disciples that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom. All right. We have the vision. We have the understanding. Okay. Again, going into Isaiah 33:6. All right. Wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of thy time. All right. That's what's going to, going into that vision. All right. That's what's going to keep us going. Okay. Because we have the understanding. We have the knowledge. We have the wisdom. Okay. And that's what's going to keep us stable. All right. We just read blessed are ye. Okay. Here, this is another one. It's Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth. Right, you have to read. Okay. And going into these the vision, all right, you're going into where you receive the visions from, all right, interpretation thereof, you go to the servants, the prophets of the Lord. Okay. And where do you do that at? Okay, you go to the highways and byways, okay, the chief places of concourse. All right, and now it's time, you don't even have to physically be there. Okay, you can go on the internet. All right, that's how the majority of this work is being done and pushed forth is through the internet. All right, in which I'll probably get some on that. But here's Revelation chapter 1. Matter of fact, yeah, this is Psalm chapter 19. And I'll just read verse 11. All right. But in the same chapter is going into, there's no speech, no language where their voice is not heard. Their lines going out throughout the earth is, going into the internet. Okay. Psalm 19:11. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned. Right. The word of Yahweh Shai. Okay. And continuing and keeping them, there is a great reward. So, keeping the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, there's a great reward. Okay. And they're going into how the game is rigged. All right. The Lord's good pleasure is to give us the kingdom. And it's already been set who he's going to give it to. All right. Going into that race, the race is rigged. Okay. Because the Lord already knows who his elect is. All right. But going into how, the servants of the Lord are warned. It's like it goes by his word. Okay. But, yeah, let me go back. This Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy. Exactly. Because why? Because faith cometh by hearing. Okay, you cannot believe if you don't hear. Okay. Continuing and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Okay, because the time is now. Okay, that vision. All right, that's why we have leaders. All right, set over us to guide us. All right, and that's why what Apostle Paul said, be ye followers of me as I am of Yahushua Mashiach. Okay. Matter of fact, this is here, Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 20. My son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother. Verse 21, bind them continually upon thine heart, okay, meditating, all right, day in and day out, the word of the Lord, okay. All right, and that's how we're going to find good success. All right, that's roughly paraphrasing in the book of Joshua. All right, read again, Proverbs 6:21, bind them continually upon thy heart, okay, that's why we're supposed to read, all right, and tie them about thy neck. When thou goest, it shall lead thee, all right. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. All right. Wisdom. Okay. Verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instruction are the way of life. All right. So, that's how we're being guided. All right. This truth, which is synonymous with the light. Okay. Which is guiding us out of the valley of shadow of death, which is so-called America. All right. This low land, this low and wicked land, being so-called America, which is Babylon the Great. The Lord is guiding us and leading us, all right, going into the vision, all right, out of this trouble, okay, going into the secret place of the Most High. This is another one to go good. This is Proverbs 27 and verse 12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. All right, that goes perfect with the precept I brought a little bit earlier about what in Psalms 19 chapter, moreover by them is thy servant warned, okay. So a prudent man, all right, we see the evil. Why? Because we have the vision. We understand that this devil, all right, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, going into Revelation 12:12, is going to come down having great wrath, and only have but a short time, okay? We know that this man is up to no good. He's going to really do a lot of harm, all right, for the last time in these last days, to a lot of people, okay? And more importantly, to our people, all right, which at this point in time, they're not our people. Because why? Because they have a lack of knowledge. They can't hear the words of the Lord. All right, so they're not blessed, okay? Not at this present time, because they're getting ready to be destroyed. All right, this is Proverbs 27:12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Exactly, okay, because they don't have the understanding, they don't have the vision. All right, and that's why at going into the famine of the word, they're going to try to seek after the vision, all right, seek after a vision of the prophet, but the prophet is going to be taken out of the way, okay, and they're going to be, put away, all right, ultimately preserved for salvation because they did their job, all right, but the majority of our people, they're going to be punished because they heard not, because it's not us, okay, it's who sent us, okay, being your power, being Yahweh Shai, all right, so if they don't, that's why Yahweh Shai said, if they don't hear me, they're not going to hear you, okay, because if they hated me, if they hated you, they hated me first, all right, and they don't hate me, they hate he who sent me, okay, so they hate the Lord, all right, so what do you get for hating the Lord? You're going to get a punishment, all right, but this is Amos, because I said it, or I quoted it, Amos chapter 8, and I'll start at verse 9, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, that I will, and this is a vision, okay, this is prophecy, all right. This is Amos chapter 8 and verse 9, and it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day, and I will turn your feasts into mourning, and all your songs into lamentation, and I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins, and make baldness upon every head, and I will make it as the morning of an only son, and the end thereof is a bitter day. So what is this talking about? It's talking about the time we're heading into. All right, we're in the last days. All right, and going into the end of this kingdom. All right, it's going to be a rough ending. Okay, that's why the Lord said, thus with violence shall thy great city Babylon be thrown down. Because why? All the things that it has been doing upon the planet earth, and specifically to the Lord's people. All right, and the man that's perpetuating this chiefly is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, that's why the Lord said, separate yourself from this world. And that separation comes from the wisdom. Okay, that's what made us separate in the beginning. All right, the Lord gave us his knowledge, wisdom, understanding to make us holy. Okay, but again, going into our people, they don't hear the words of the Lord. That's why they're going to be destroyed. Okay, verse 11, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. This is verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro and seek the word of the Lord. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall not find it. So going into you being able to hear, all right, and seek the Lord early, you're getting ready to see how blessed you really are. All right, we're really getting ready to see how blessed we really are, especially coming into crunch time of Jacob's trouble. All right, because this whole time, we're getting beat up and, going into our afflictions and, the humiliation and, people trying to seek after us and put us to death. All right, so on and so forth, suffering loss. All right, going through ailments, okay, falling short, so on and so forth, but at the end of the day, the Lord, if you be part of that number, right, going into enduring to the end, ultimately being chosen, the Lord's going to defend you. All right, and just because you kept his word, because you were obedient, he's gonna have the angels have charge over you, and you're not gonna have to worry about the pestilence and the famine and all these things that are going to come upon the world, because it's for the wicked. All right, and when the wicked goes into two-thirds of our people, because why? Because they don't hear the words of our power. All right, so going into again, how blessed we really and truly are. All right, and at the end of this thing, what we're gonna be, again, we say Lord's will and say humbly, we're gonna be first fruits in the kingdom of heaven. All right, but here, this is I'm gonna close out here. This is Psalm 119, and I'll start at verse 1 and I'll read down prior to verse 8. This is Psalm 119 and verse 1. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of Yahweh, Yoshai. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies. All right, his testimonies. All right, prophecy. Okay, and that seek him with the whole heart. All right, your mind. Okay, but man, the prophecies. Okay, we know all these things are going to be fulfilled and come to pass. All right, now RFID microchip, which keeps getting brought up, is the mark of the beast. Okay, and you being able to understand that. Okay, and Lord's put the spirit on us to resist that. Okay, there's a way out. Okay, so ultimately we put our trust in Yahweh Shai, that he's going to protect us. We read Revelation 3 and 10, he's going to keep us from the hour of temptation. Because why? Because we kept the word of his patience. Okay, Psalm 119 and 3, they also do no iniquity. All right, we're blameless. Because why? Continuing, they walk in his ways. Exactly. All right, verse 4, thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. Okay, and what do these precepts contain? Okay, they contain prophecy. Okay, all right, lamentations, mournings, woes. All right, these precepts contain it all. Okay, and the balance going into the kingdom. Okay, the Lord promises that he's gonna give us the kingdom. Okay, he's gonna give us dominion. All right, we're gonna rule the planet Earth in righteousness. All right, and that belongs, those promises belong unto the Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, verse 5, Psalm 119 and 5. Hey, and real quick, that's how we figured out who we were. Okay, well, who we are. Okay, now we are. All right, we going into the Holy Scriptures is how the Spirit was able to deal with us. Going into wisdom, knowledge, understanding. All right, that we are the people of the book. Okay, the Spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. Okay, and how did you receive that? All right, by the prophets. Okay, Psalm 19 and 5. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes, then shall I not be ashamed. Exactly. That's how we're not going to be ashamed. Okay, continuing, when I have respect unto all thy commandments. Exactly. Verse 7, I will praise thee with uprightness of heart, when I shall have learned thy righteous judgments. All right. Verse 8, I will keep thy statutes, O forsake me not utterly. Okay, so that's who we ultimately praying that the Lord don't forsake us. All right, that he protect us, because we know how bad it's going to be out here. All right, and I say we know, meaning we know to the best of our ability. Okay, as the time goes on, going into and the end it shall speak. Going to Habakkuk 2nd chapter, which I could have brought out too. All right, where I could have brought out too. Which, no, well, Habakkuk 2nd chapter. Matter of fact, Shalakia. Okay. The vision shall speak and not lie. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. All right. So, that's what I was trying to quote. But there you go. All right. The vision. All right. The Lord has given us the vision. Okay. That's why happy are we. We understand that these devils going to be getting ready to be taken out. We understand that ultimately kingdom of heaven belongs unto us. All right, but we know the bitter part is that we're going to have to go through some tough things. All right, but there is a way out. Okay, but going into those without the vision, all right, they're going to be taken out the way and destroyed. All right, but that just goes into how Yahweh Shai, all right, going into his judgments. All right, he chose who he chose. He's going to destroy who he destroys, and going into how blessed and beautiful it is to be able to understand. All right, we're going to really fully and truly see, going into these last days, how really precious it is to keep the Lord's word. All right, and the reward of that. All right, for your obedience. All right, but with that, those words be edifying. As always, want to give all praise to Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all of Israel.